This is Andi Purewal for ID Boxing. We are here in Jeddah and I'm joined by cutman Russ Anber. Russ, firstly, how are you?
I'm good, Andy. Thanks for having me, man. How are you doing?
I'm good. It's good to see you once again. Obviously, you're working with Oleksandr Usyk as he prepares to defend his unified heavyweight crown. Being in amongst him and working with him, firstly, what's his mindset? What's his mood like, given everything that he and his country's been going through recently?
I'm also working with Callum Smith as well. Yeah, I got double duties. Listen, Usyk is a pleasure to work with. I don't know if you saw earlier. He didn't get to see me when he went up to the podium, and then when he came out and he saw me, they were trying to get him to do interviews, and he stopped and he turned and he hugged me and grabbed me and said, "Look, you like, nice, huh?" So he's that kind of guy. It's just a pleasure to be around him all the time. So I really am honored and to be a part of that team. I mean, there's 4 spots available in the corner. I got 1. That's not bad.
People talk about this fight, and some people have touched on the weight front and think that maybe Oleksandr looked a little bit heavier than what he did for the first fight. Do you think he looks heavier at all? Do you expect him to come in similar to what he did in the first fight back in Tottenham in September?
Well, I think as a result of training, you build muscle. There may be a little bit, a pound or 2 heavier than normal because you're obviously putting on muscle. Muscle weighs more than fat, so natural weight will go on. But I don't think it's weight that he's not able to carry. So I'm not concerned about that. I definitely don't think in any way he went out there saying, "Oh, I've got to bulk up." No, because the first fight proved that he did not have to do that. So I don't believe he'll have to do that this time either.
What do you think that we will see different from Oleksandr in this rematch? Because people are touching what Joshua needs to do differently. People are saying that AJ needs to be more aggressive. So in Oleksandr's case, what do you think he will deliver that's different to ensure he keeps hold of that unified crown?
I think he'll adapt to whatever he has to adapt to, because I think in the first fight he adapted to a style that I don't think he expected from Anthony. I think all of us expected this style that they're talking about that AJ should have done, which was to impose himself and be there physically and be on him. So he was ready for that, and when he didn't get that, he adapted to it. So I think he already knows and has prepared for what AJ can do with his size. And he adapted to what AJ changed and boxed. So I really don't think it's a problem. In fact, I agree a little bit with what Usyk said, that this is round 13, and you change tactics in a fight. And so now, okay, you boxed for this long. Now you're going to try to be more aggressive and put me on my back foot and try to move me around and use your size and impose me. Fine. And when he comes back to the corner, we're going to have an answer for him on how to counter that. So there's risks to doing things, and I think the most difficult thing that'll be in the case of AJ is finding this happy medium in between. When do I attack? When do I get aggressive? When do I get hit? What if I get hit? Do I keep going? That indecision, is difficult to deal with, and he's prepared hard for that, and we'll be ready for that, because AJ's a great fighter and he's a big man, and at any given moment he lands, we're in trouble, So that's why people are going to come out and watch the fight, because they believe that the guys can win, and that's the important thing.
Russ, if this happened to be round 13, as you mentioned, in round 12 last time out, Oleksandr seemed to have Joshua hurt when he was back on the ropes. With that kind of in mind, do you think we could see Oleksandr maybe look to push Anthony back at any point in this fight and look to maybe be the man who asserts his dominance a little more?
Well, under normal conditions of around 13, you'd say yes, keep going. But in this case, what has happened? There's been a rest period, right? And the fighter may change tactics now. So this is where now AJ's going to change tactics coming out for round 13, and so we're going to have to adapt to that. So I don't think it's necessarily a pickup from exactly what happened at the end of the 12th. But I think now let's just imagine that, okay, they had the rest period, so he's recovered. Now he's going to have to alter his tactics. So he's going to alter his tactics, as will Usyk have to alter his. So this is turning into a very physical chess match.
Russ, as you mentioned, working with Callum Smith as well. How's Callum doing?
Callum's great. Always a pleasure to work with him. Confident, ready to go, feels good about the weight, and that's so important to him. There was a lot. I mean, even I'm still amazed to this day. Out of all the fighters I've ever seen, this guy making 168 was an act of God. I don't know how he ever did it, but 75 he feels so comfortable at, and he'll be good. He's in a tough. Listen, Bauderlique is a tough guy. Southpaw. He's a southpaw with good power. He's strong. This won't be easy, but I think this will be the fight that proves that that Callum belongs with the best light heavyweights in the world.
Right, Russ, as always, it's been a pleasure. I appreciate your time. Thank you for speaking to me in ID Boxing. Good luck on Saturday.
My pleasure, mate. Thank you very much. Thanks.